Today, I'm getting a makeover by a Chinese makeup artist. Her name is Sophie Lau and she's a well-known bridal and hair makeup artist in Sydney. She has over 15 years of experience and I would describe her work as elegant, classic and timeless. She has the ability to bring out the best features in her clients, making them look their best for their special day. I'm so excited guys, and I can't wait to see what she'll do on me. First off, Sophie starts with brows. She's using a razor to clean up the shape of my brows and also remove any stray hairs. Then she moves on to skin prep. She cleanses my skin with a little bit of the Avene Thermal Spring Water. Then she applies a small amount of the Innisfree Green Tea Serum all over my skin. After that, she spritz on a light mist of the Quarterly Beauty Elixir to hydrate the skin and also tighten my pores. And of course, my dry lips need some lip balm. Yes. Moving on to makeup, she's going to work on my eyes first, and she begins by curling my lashes. Here she's applying a very light layer of concealer over my brows and eyelids to even out any discoloration and to create a nice base. Next, she adds on a dusty pink cream eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury. This is going over my lids and she's using a brush to blend and diffuse it out. The cream eyeshadow will act like a long-lasting base that powder eyeshadows can stick on top of. She's going to use the same shade along my lower lash line. Next, Sophie applies a matte brown eyeshadow, blending it on the outer corner of my eyes. This is going to give me a little bit more shape and dimension. She's also going to add a little bit to my lower lash line. Then she asks me to smile so she can create a subtle egg style highlight using a shimmer cream stick. This technique will enhance my under eyes and make my eyes look bigger. Now she's darkening up the outer edge with a brown eyeshadow and blending that slightly under the highlight to create a little bit more shape and dimension. After that, she extends the top lash line, elongating the outer corner with a brown eyeshadow. She also adds the shade in the inner corner of my eyes to make them look longer and closer together. Then she blends a matte peachy transition shade over my crease. Now it's time to add some highlight. She places the shimmer shadow on the highest point of my eyes to create a soft glow. After that, she uses a smaller brush to paint on a layer of the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow. She's using 2 shades here and applying it on the center of my top lash line, followed by the inner half of my lower lash line. Can you see how that highlight placement really makes my eyes pop? Next up, she further defines my eyes with a brown liner. Then she uses a brush to soften out any harsh lines. Now, instead of doing an upward cat eye wing, she follows the natural shape of my eyes and extends it outwards and a little bit downwards to create a puppy liner. Now let's move on to lashes. Here she's checking which lash style will fit my eye best before giving my lashes another curl. She's using a combination of the stripped lashes and cutting it into smaller clusters. She's going to apply them on top of my natural lash line and create like a custom blend to suit my eye shape. Now I asked her why she doesn't place the clusters under the natural lashes, because that's a thing now, and it's because some brides will cry on their wedding day and that can undo some of the lash glue, which can then lift up the falsies and end up poking them in the eye. So because of this risk, she prefers to place them on top. As the lashes are drying, Sophie is pushing them upwards and into position so that they open up and lift my eyes and not droop downwards. After applying the clusters, she continues with adding in individual lashes to fill in any gaps. Now she's using a liquid liner to further define my lash line. Then she applies individual lower lashes. I would say her whole lash process was very meticulous and precise, which definitely sets her makeup apart from other artists. By blending and customizing the lashes, it definitely transformed the eyes and made them the focal point of the makeup look. Here she's applying mascara and using her tweezers as a shield to sandwich the two layers together. And then she uses a Korean makeup technique where she heats up 2 wooden sticks and uses them to curl the lashes. This is a great technique to create a long-lasting curl for stubborn straight lashes and also to remove any mascara clumps. She's also going to add some mascara to the lower lashes, but this time using tweezers to spike some of the hairs together, and she'll do this for the top lashes too. Okay, my eyes are looking so good. Sophie's going to work on my skin and complexion now. She applies a Bobbi Brown moisturizing cream all over my face. This cream is a little bit thicker, so she's going to focus it on the center of my face and blend it out to create a sheer layer around the perimeter. Next, she applies a Japanese primer and just painting that on with a brush. Then she applies a very light layer of foundation to my face, blending it down my neck. Next, she blends on some cream blush just to the center of my cheeks, right under my eyes, and a little bit over my nose bridge to give me that flushed look. By using the cream blush first, it will act like a long-lasting base for the powder blush to adhere to later on. Sophie's technique is all about building up the layers slowly. Next comes concealer. Now she's blending this under my eyes to lighten any dark circles, and I found it a little bit interesting to apply concealer after the blush, but this is her process and it gives me a very nice flawless finish. Next, she uses a slightly darker shade of concealer to contour the sides of my nose and also shade in the side of my face. For my jawline, she's defining it with a contour stick. She applies it right on the edge of my jaw and blends it out to diffuse any harsh lines. Then she adds some to the top of my face and also around my lips. After that, she goes in with a little bit of brightening concealer just to conceal a little bit of that line or eye bag underneath and brighten them up ever so slightly. Sophie's going to move on to brows now. She's using a brow powder to softly fill in the start of my brows. Then for the rest of the body and tail, she uses a brow pencil. After that, she applies a brow gel and trims off some of my longer hairs that are pointing downwards. Then to create hair-like strokes, she's using a brow pomade and an angled brush. Now she's using a fine tip liquid brow liner to draw in some hairs to make my brows look fuller. Now Sophie's going to finish off with some brown brow mascara and also clean up the shape of my brows with a little bit of concealer. Now as the brow gel is drying, she's going to use her tweezers to spike up some of the strands in front to give me a little bit more definition. Even Sophie's brow process is very meticulous and there's a lot of extra steps, but it makes a difference. My brows are on point, guys. Let's move on to lips. Sophie's going to use a few different shades of lip liner to shape my lip. First off, a soft nudie brown shade, followed by a slightly deeper shade to plump up the shape and overdraw my lip ever so slightly. And then she uses a deeper brown lip liner on the outer corners of my lip to kind of like almost make me look like I'm smiling even when I'm not. She's going to diffuse out any harsh lines with a cotton tip. Then she applies a pinky nude cream lipstick to the center, and this already has a soft glow to it. I'm so in love with this lip combo, guys. It's a lot of products, but my lips look good. Like, they're slightly bigger but not too overdrawn that it's super obvious, and that subtle pop of color in the middle just brightens up my complexion. We're almost done with the look now. Just need some finishing touches of highlighter to add some glow. A little bit more blush as well, just on top of that cream that she applied earlier, and she's quickly blending out the product around my smile line before spritzing on a setting spray to lock it all in. Now, this makeover wouldn't be complete without hair, so I've got lovely Cathy here, who is another hair and makeup artist that works alongside Sophie. She's going to give me a sleek modern updo that will complement this look. I'm loving my hair, guys. Cathy's done a great job. She's just now adding some final touches and filling in my hairline with eyeshadow to make it look fuller. Oh, the attention to detail. Now, are you ready to see the final look? Hands down, this is the best makeover I've received yet. The overall experience and service was impeccable. Every little detail was on point. I loved the look so much. We even did an impromptu photo shoot afterwards, and Sophie unleashed her amazing photography skills, which blew me away. She's so talented with every craft, and her skills speak for themselves. You guys can check out more makeovers on my channel by clicking the video on screen. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll speak to you guys next time. Bye!